Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive. We're thrilled to have you here for a really fast-paced, highly focused look at the current Springbok schedule and, well, the serious physical toll it is taking on the top players in the game right now.
Yeah, it's a massive topic right now for sure.
Right, and before we really get going, I want to enthusiastically encourage you to subscribe to Rugby Obsession right off the bat so you never miss an update.
Absolutely. Hit that button.
So setting our mission for today, we have this fascinating article from the South African detailing a really mounting injury list for the Springboks. But instead of just dwelling on the negative, we're going to look at the proactive conversations happening at the highest levels of World Rugby to actually fix it.
Which is so refreshing, honestly, because the sport is really at an inflection point.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this. We need to look at who is injured to really understand the sheer scale of the issue before we can diagnose the root cause.
Right, you have to look at the facts on the ground first.
Yeah, and the facts are heavy. Like first we have a Fassi facing months out after shoulder surgery. And then RG Snyman sidelined for some time with a knee injury.
And with Snyman, I mean, a guy of his immense size, knee rehab takes a really long time.
For sure. Then you've got the captain, Kolisi, dealing with a troubling calf injury. The Sharks are monitoring him literally week by week. Plus, Peter Steph du Toit is in rehab post-shoulder operation.
It just keeps going.
It really does. Luti Geiger is recovering from hip surgery in South Africa, and Frans Malherbe is facing an uncertain future due to back and neck issues.
Wow.
Yeah, it is honestly like taking a fleet of ultra-high-performance sports cars and racing them in the Formula One, the Rallycross, and the endurance circuit all at once, without ever pulling them into the pit lane for an oil change.
That is a brilliant way to put it. And, well, what's fascinating here is that this is not a string of freak accidents. Like, these aren't guys tripping on the stairs.
Right. The body's just keeping score.
Exactly. This is the deeply predictable outcome of elite athletes pushing the absolute limits of human physiology. There are biological limits, and we are just watching them get breached.
So to understand why that pit lane is empty, we have to look at the calendar, right?
We do. The systemic scheduling issue is the actual disease here.
Real quick, though, if you are enjoying this breakdown, please hit subscribe to Rugby Obsession. It really helps us out. But yeah, back to the calendar.
So the core issue is that top Springboks are playing an almost 11-month season right now. 11
months. That is just insane.
It really is. They are balancing Northern Hemisphere domestic rugby up in Europe with their test commitments, which, includes the Southern Hemisphere's Rugby Championship.
Right, they just bounce from one to the other without a break.
Yeah, and World Rugby CEO Alan Gilpin has officially admitted that this workload is just not sustainable.
But wait, as fans, don't we want to see our favorite stars playing year-round? I mean, isn't an 11-month season just a feast of rugby?
This raises an important question because that is the exact tension in modern sports broadcasting. You want the content, but Gilpin is actually taking a huge positive step by officially acknowledging the problem.
Acknowledging that the players are burning out.
Right. He said player welfare must be at the heart of the game. His exact quote about the situation being not sustainable at the level the game's being played is a massive constructive step toward a healthier sport.
It really is. So, since World Rugby has acknowledged the issue, what does the actual solution look like? I mean, what is the light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, Springbok boss Erasmus has been repeatedly calling for alignment between the Northern and Southern Hemisphere international seasons.
Which makes total sense from a coaching perspective.
Yeah, and Gilpin acknowledges that fans want more alignment too. He actually called for a more coherent global calendar.
Here's where it gets really interesting. You have Erasmus and World Rugby on the exact same page here.
Yeah.
Like the alignment of the two hemispheres could totally revolutionize how the sport is consumed.
For sure. World Rugby is committed to acting as a facilitator, right? And being a driving force to bring people together for these discussions. Yeah, exactly. Proper off-seasons could potentially allow fans to watch their favorite stars play well into their late 30s.
That is an amazing thought to leave on. Watching Kolisi dominate for another 5 years sounds perfect to me. So just one final reminder to subscribe to Rugby Obsession so you don't miss our future deep dives. Thank you for listening to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive, and we'll look forward to you listening to our next episode.